Hi there, my name is Lexi, and this is my advertising assignment for COM 432. So to start us off, I wanted to look at the common themes of femininity within ads. So as I was looking for these different advertisements, I noticed that a lot of the older advertisements are the ones that seem to be a bit more objectifying or vulgar. They seem to be a lot more about shape and skinny and almost this like perfectionistic ideology of women being used for sex and to be parents, to be moms, and to stay at home. But as I was looking at the older or at the newer ads, I could see that a lot of that has changed from back then. So that is actually really exciting, and I feel like that just shows that us as a society have been able to push back against the feminine norms. But to start us off, I just wanted to show y'all some of the ads that I found. So here we have on the left a BMW. A little bit down here, you can't see it too much, but it says, you're not the first. So basically implying that you are not the first person or first man to sleep with this woman. And that's in reference to, you may not be the first to own this BMW, but you can still have the BMW, i.e. you can still sleep with this woman. That is honestly, I don't know if offensive is the right word, but very just uncomfortable, and really just makes women look like an object. And I don't want to get too much into it, but the idea that she is so young, or at least is made to look so young, is also just a whole nother ordeal. Possibly being that younger women, younger girls are more desirable. I'm not sure, but that I think really just made me feel not the most comfortable. But then you see the right where it's Warner's Concentrate Girdle and Little Fibber Bra. So obviously a much older ad, but it says this is no shape for a girl. So basically implying that a woman should not be a pear shape. She should not have wide hips. She should not have much hip at all. She should be skinny. And so if you get this bra and this girdle, you will be skinny. Everything will be in the right place. So again, just going back to that implication and that push for femininity to be a woman who is skinny and who is small. So yeah. So here I have some common themes of masculinity within ads. On this, I also noticed that a lot more of the older ads are the ones that seem to push that the masculine norm that men are supposed to be strong and independent and aggressive. They get things done, and they all they want is sexual intercourse from women. And so that is what I noticed a lot, as you can see. Just like in this ad for Lucky brand fragrance, right here it says get lucky. So basically implying that if you use this fragrance, you will get lucky. Technically, I think that this ad could be used for women and men for feminine and masculine norm, but I decided to put it on this one for masculinity because I believe that the words like get lucky, like that phrase, is what is used more commonly within men to talk about having sex with a woman or getting her to have sex with them. And then on Craftsman, on the right, it says some men say more with their hands than they ever could with words. So again, that implication that men are strong and buff and they get things done and they create things and they work and they build. I think that's a pretty common masculine norm, especially within the South where I'm from. That is, even with my own father, that's what he does. He builds things. And so just that masculine norm, that's what men are used for. I will say that it does say some men, and I really do appreciate that it's not boxing all men into one idea or norm or mediated representation, I guess. So that is, I think, a plus, which I'm glad because this is definitely a newer ad. Okay, so just a heads up, sorry for the partial nudity, but this is ads that contradict feminine norms. So on the left here we have a woman, a mother, a recent mother, showing that what she looks like post-birth, and here it says beautiful, isn't she? So basically, like literally completely contradicting the feminine norm that we are called to be skinny and perfect and everything needs to be in the right place within our body. There should be no fat. Like you should be perfectly skinny and completely back to normal after having a child. And that is exactly the opposite of what really happens. And so I really just love this ad. And this woman showing what she looks like post-birth and showing that it's okay and that she is still beautiful because she has created this beautiful baby. And then on the right, Victoria's Secret. The reason I added this one in is because I think we all know that Victoria's Secret is known for the super skinny supermodels. But here you can see that they are starting to branch out at least a little bit more. So even having a transgender woman, having a Black woman, an Asian woman, and a woman that for them would be considered plus size. Not saying that she actually is, but I think I wanted to use this one because that is like so much diversity within their ad for their lingerie, and that was just really exciting to me to see them grow in that, and something that they've been called out on multiple times of having no lack of diversity and almost creating this picture for femininity that is not common and not easily accessible for most women. And so this was just really exciting. So I also just wanted to touch on this one really quick. So this is a Gucci ad. The reason I love this one so much is because just as we have seen in our documentaries and movies from this class, Black women and just women of color have been seen as a lot less than human, and they have never really been the center of an ad that's about beauty, about jewelry, about wardrobe, but this Black woman is, and I think just the idea of her being like getting this huge, beautiful necklace put on her almost gives me like a symbolism of like a queen or like someone getting crowned in that sense of like she is beauty, she is grace, and she is worthy of this. And so really just contradicting the feminine norm that it has to be a white woman. So yeah, just a quick little ad. Okay, I really love this slide. So this is the ads that contradict masculine norms. So here on the left, I was so glad that I found this ad, but this is a Huggies diaper ad. And as you can see, this is a dad that is the one supposedly changing the son or daughter's diaper. It is not the woman. And I think this really contradicts the masculine norm that men are supposed to be the ones that work and they come home and they get fed. They don't really do much for their children. They may not have a super intimate relationship with their child, but here it's pretty obvious that he does, and he is willing to take charge and change the baby's diaper and not leave that to the woman. And so, yeah, I think this just completely like shatters the mediated representation of what a man is supposed to be. And then you see Seth Rogen for a Kith ad, which I believe is like sweets, treats, things like that. And I really like it because right here it says, when I was a kid, I thought to myself, when I'm old and nobody can tell me what to do, I'm going to eat ice cream for breakfast whenever I want. Thankfully, Kith Treats opens at 10 a.m. So I really love this one because like Seth Rogen is literally shattering the idea that a man is supposed to be buff, is supposed to have an 8-pack. He has to have all of the muscle. He has to watch what he eats to make sure he has that perfect physique. And Seth Rogen is here saying that he's going to eat ice cream for breakfast. So really just not something that we would have seen even 10, 15 years ago within an ad. And also the fact that like he's wearing a sweatshirt, he's covering up his body. His body is not the main objective of this ad. And they're not using his body as a way to get people to notice the ad. So I think that was just, it's just really exciting. And you can obviously tell that we are stepping up our ads and just shattering the idea of what feminine and masculine norms are within ads. And then just to look at a few more ads that contradict masculine norms, here we have a Dior ad. So I chose this one because this is obviously a Black man wearing a colorful shirt, and a shirt that I think most people would consider more feminine if we were looking at it through the norms. And then he's also by Roses, which is also a feminine norm. Definitely not a masculine thing to be, posing with roses. But this is a Black man doing all of these things, and he still looks manly. He still looks masculine. And so I think that it's just a really beautiful ad that is pushing against those masculine norms. And then here on the right, Method Hand Wash. I really don't think I have to say much. This is a drag queen as their model. Nothing like the masculine norm at all. So yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious one, and also just super sweet to see. And how much joy is on his face as well. So lastly, I just have the ad for Israel's first transgender Nike model. Honestly, there wasn't much ads that had transgender people. Definitely no ads that showed transgender men and women in a bad light. There have been, I mean, there's obviously this ad with a transgender woman, but there really wasn't much to find here. Not a lot of representation for them. I do think the representation that they do have is positive, though. So I think that's a really good step forward. And even in like the Victoria's Secret ad that I showed you as well. So yeah, this is my advertising assignment for COM 432. I really hope you enjoyed, and thank you for listening.